So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome at the presentation of the graduate program in Food Innovation and Management. Let me introduce myself. My name is Donatella Saccone. I'm professor of economics, and I'm the convener of the graduate program, of the two-year graduate program. This presentation aims at giving you a general view about the program, about its structure, as well as some administrative information. I will present the graduate program, and then you'll have the possibility to ask your questions or to clarify your doubts in case. So let's start with the presentation. And I will start to tell something about the title of the two-year graduate program, because unlike more traditional programs in food management, our program does not only focus on the management perspective, but also on innovation. That is, along with management knowledge, we also pay attention on creating and managing innovation, as we will see. So let's start with the general aims of the course, and they can be synthesized by using three different words, and then analytical knowledge, creativity, and management. That are the three pillars on which the course is built. First of all, analytical knowledge. One of the aims of the course is to provide advanced tools, not only for quantitative, but also for qualitative analysis. Analysis of what? Of markets, but also of the social geopolitical context, in order to be able to individuate the emerging trends and problems. Once trends and problems have been individuated, the second aim of the course is to give students the capacity to individuate innovative and creative solutions through the unique expertise in the field of food studies that originates from our university and the network of which it is part. And finally, once the solutions have been individuated, the third aim is to give students advanced communication skills and analytical and management skills to implement and communicate the individuated solutions. So these are the three pillars on which the course, the program is built. Let me tell you something about the general structure. The program is composed by 10 common courses that are required for all the students, plus 2 elective courses within 2 thematic focuses that I will present, for a total of 120 credits. The attendance is mandatory, and the course is entirely taught in English. That means that not only the courses are given in English, but also the materials and the exams and all the activities. Usually the program starts in the second half of September. Last year it was, in the current actually academic year, it was on September 21st. But we will define soon the starting date for next academic year. And here I reported the main courses that students have to attend over the 2 years. First of all, each semester in the first year starts with a series of preparatory workshops. The preparatory workshops have the aim to realign the knowledge and the skills in the class Because you can imagine that in a graduate program we have students coming from very different background and undergraduate programs, so that their knowledge and their skills must be realigned in order to start from the same point. And then in the preparatory workshops, each professor gives students a series of basic notions that are necessary for an effective attendance of the courses that the students will have. These preparatory workshops are 5 and are on economics, on quantitative methods, that basically is statistics, law and policy, food technology, and finally sensory and consumer science. And then we have the courses. In the first semester, students have 4 courses. One of economics and development policy that I teach. Then management for food business, advanced data analysis, and human ecology and gastronomic heritage. So most part of the courses during the first semester of the first year aim at giving students the analytical capacities and quantitative skills. And then there is the first study trip during the first semester, lasting 1 week. Then in the second semester of the second year, there are 3 courses: sociology and consumer behavior analysis, advanced food and trade law, and food science and technology. You probably noticed that the courses in the second semester of the first year are less than during the first semester. And the reason is that a part of the second semester is used to carry out the field project. What is the field project? The field project is an activity, educational activity, that is very meaningful, because it's the first field where students can apply their knowledge, concretely apply their knowledge. How? By carrying out projects, applied projects proposed by companies and institutions, and students working in small groups have the possibility to follow these projects and to match a series of objectives that are agreed with the involved companies and institutions under the guidance of an academic tutor. And then there is the second study trip. In the first semester of the second year, there are 3 courses that are common for everyone and that have more to do with the creative and innovative part and cultural part, that are critical gastronomy, systemic design for circular economy, and history of food cultures. And then students can decide to choose among one of these 2 focuses according to his or her own interest. Generally, the graduate program has a double soul that is present, that can be noticed in every single course of the program. That is, on the one hand, we deal with issues more related to business and the private sector, and on the other hand, we also explore the institutional world through the analysis of the policies and the laws of the institutional sector. And then students have the possibility to select one of these 2 focuses according to their interest. The first focus is more oriented to the institutional sector. It is on social and cultural innovation for food systems. And it comprises 2 courses: New Frontiers of Gastronomy and Applied Anthropology for Sustainable Food Systems. So it has a strong relation with the issue of sustainability. And the second focus is more appropriate for those who like to work in the private sector, and it is on entrepreneurship in food business, with 2 courses. One is entrepreneurial strategy, and the second, communication for food marketing. Finally, during the second semester on the second year, there are no courses because the semester is entirely dedicated to the internship. The internship is chosen by the student under the guidance of our career center. The career center of the university is an important service that the university offers because the experts working in the career office had students since the beginning to build their own career, their own professional profile, and also to select the internship. And finally, there is the final thesis. Here I reported some points of strength that characterize the program. We already explored some of them. Let me add that the program is also characterized by a strong link to the scientific and applied research activities of the university, because we adopt a very interactive teaching where in a part of each class we ask students to attend a more traditional class, a more traditional lecture, and in the second part we ask students to apply knowledge, the acquired knowledge, to concrete case studies and projects that are strictly related to our scientific and applied research. Then there are also a series of workshops and conferences held by the actors involved in our network, like manufacturers, entrepreneurs, and managers of food and wine companies. And in general, I mean, we offer a lot of opportunity to interact with the UNISG institutional and industry network, like it happens during the career fair, where students have the possibility to directly interact with the human resource workers in this network, in the companies and institutions of our network. Besides this point of strength that I listed here, I would like to add a couple of aspects that deeply characterize the program. First of all, the program pays a lot of attention on the issue of sustainability. First, because it is part of the mission of the university, that is to promote food sustainability and food sovereignty. And second, because the labor market is more and more asking for experts and managers of sustainability. The second aspect that deeply characterizes the course, the program, is that we adopt an international view. Not only because it is entirely taught in English and it also includes students coming from non-Italian students, let's say, but also, and especially I will say, because we pay attention to adopt a global perspective, because we analyze global issues and challenges. And then by analyzing global issues and challenges, we must adopt an international perspective, because we cannot address these challenges with a limited perspective. And then besides a local perspective, we also adopt an international point of view. I reported here the main employment sectors and roles that our graduates can take. Regarding the employment sectors, you see that there are a lot of sectors where our former students are working and can work. I listed, first of all, the sectors more related to business, like food companies and distribution, wine and spirits, food and packaging, consulting, finance, specialized finance. But I also listed a series of more institutional realities like national and international institutions, non-governmental organizations, communication and marketing agencies, research and education institutions, and finally foundations. And also regarding the roles, they are very, very different. Then they range from research, development and innovation to marketing and communication, strategic analysis and planning, sales and buyers, production, strategic analysis and management, and design and innovation. Let me also say something about the percentage of students who find work within a year after graduation. It is really satisfying because it is more than 90%. Versus a national average of 61.5%. So, I mean, we have the majority of our students who found work within a year after the graduation. Let me also give you a series of information about the admission process. First of all, the online enrollment usually starts in February and ends in July. Here you find the dates for the current academic year, that of course the enrollment is over, but I mean, usually February and July are the 2 months that we take for the enrollment. To be eligible, candidates must meet the admission requirements, and in particular, I suggest you to look at the minimum academic requirements that are necessary to access to the graduate program. In case the students, Italian students who come from an undergraduate program that is not in the list that you can find on the website, they have the possibility to fill the gaps that they have under the guidance of our professors. So I mean, don't worry, because we can plan a way to recover the credits that are missing in certain fields, so that usually our students in that condition are able to fill the gaps during the first semester of the program. We accept actually the number that you see here, 40 maximum of 40 students per year, refers to the past, because very recently we discovered that we can also accept more than 40 students. For example, during the current year, we have enrolled 45 students. In general, however, we pay a lot of attention on the quality and on the motivations of our candidates, so that, I mean, not always we decide to reach the maximum number of students if we evaluate that the candidates are not appropriate. But in any case, there's room for more than 40 students. And the admission process includes a 3-step evaluation for a maximum of 100 points. The first step regards the evaluation of the CV, of the qualifications that the candidate presents, and the motivational test. That is a form with a series of different questions on your background and your motivations that you must fill. And for a maximum of 40 points. It is evaluated for a maximum of 40 points. Then there is a written test online that comprises a couple of questions on the world of gastronomy and food for a maximum of 30 points. And finally, there is the online interview that usually is carried out by myself and a colleague for a maximum of 30 points. So the sum of the 3 steps gives the total grade that the candidate is able to reach out of 100 points. We have 2 admission sessions. The first one usually ends at the end of May and the second at the end of July. And the advantage for those who present their demand during the first round of admission is that they are direct admitted in case they are able to obtain a score equal or greater than 80. Otherwise, the candidates of the first round of admission, in case they obtain a grade lower than 80, and candidates of the second round of admission are placed on the final admission list. In general, candidates who earn a score of less than 60 points are not admitted at all in any session. Then I will leave the floor to my colleague from the students' office, who will give you a series of information regarding the costs and the services. Elena, the floor is yours.
Okay, buonasera to everybody. Here now some information about the tuition. The annual fee for the current academic year, but also for the next one, is different from the first to the second academic year, of course, because during for the first year, the fee is equal to 15,500 and 10,200 euros for the second year. This is because from the second semester of the second year, students are away from Pollenzo for their internship. So the fee includes all the educational activities, including lectures, tasting and seminars, all textbooks, digital and paper material, the participation in all the events promoted by the University of Gastronomic Sciences and Slow Food, as cheese, Terra Madre, Salone del Gusto, Slow Fish, and so on. This fee includes also the private insurance policy covering urgent health care for students abroad the European Union. 4,000 credits, it is equal to 500 euro for the first year, and the half, so 200 euros for the second year, loaded onto the UNISG academic tables lunch cards. It means that students are covered for lunch and not all during all the academic periods, also during the exam sessions, except for weekend and the evening. For the dinner and for meals during the weekend or when the university is closed, students are not covered by this service. Then it is included the access to the career office services, which is our job placement. You can find some good information on the website concerning this service, this very important service. And in the end, all the enrollment certificates are included in the fee. It means that students can require certificates, but without paying, because this service is included in the fee. So all the official transcript, receipts of payment, international legalization of diploma for non-Italian students, including the mailing fees. Then just a few words about the scholarship opportunities. Admitted candidates may request one partial exemption from the payment of the university fees equal to 5,000 euros for each year of study. It is important to underline that the request is made during the application process for the first year, of course. So it is not possible to apply for a scholarship during the second year. You are awarded a scholarship for the first and the second year, of course. Then we offer also one total exemption, but differently from the previous one. This total exemption is available only for non-European candidates. You can find all the information regarding how to apply for a scholarship and also the public announcement on the website unisg.it. Please be reminded that the announcement concerns the current academic year, but normally it doesn't change from one year to the other one. So if you have a look now, you can find all the information regarding the next public announcement, which will be available online normally from March, April of the first of the 2021 year. So if you are interested in applying to the course, and if you are interested in applying for a scholarship, please consider that the new public announcement will be available from March, April 2021 regarding 2021-2022 academic year. And the income and merit requirements necessary for requesting university fees are specified in the scholarship announcement, as I said before, published on the university website. Italian student can also request loans from the following affiliate banks called Banca Intesa San Paolo, Banca Sella. The requirement is to have Italian citizenship and to have legal residence in Italy. So if you are an Italian citizen, but your legal residence is not in Italy, you can't apply for. I have finished. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any question, please ask.
Thank you, Elena, for the explanations. Well, if you have questions, you can either write the question in the chat or raise your hand and speak. So as you prefer, of course, in case you have questions or doubts you would like to clarify. Meanwhile, I will share with you my email address in case you would like to contact me also in next months for having additional information. And also Elena from the student's office has shared the email address. Yeah, you should write to me if you have doubts related to the program from the academic perspective, and to the Secretariat if you have issues or questions related to the administrative process. Let me also add a couple of information that usually candidates ask me, so that they can also be useful for you. One regards the way you can prepare yourself and you can study for the online test and the online interview. Because often candidates ask me if I have some suggestions on books or handbooks they could read. But more than suggesting books, I suggest candidates to study on the newspapers that I mean, many newspapers that you can find, the news and the hot issues related to the food sector and the world of food. So the best way for preparing yourself is to keep you informed about the world of food by reading the news. So this is the suggestion related to how you should prepare yourself for the test, the two tests. And the other information is related to the knowledge, the English knowledge. Because sometimes people ask me if candidates will need a kind of certificate for English. We do not directly ask certificates. That is, if you have English certificates, of course, add them in your dossier. And in the materials that you'll send us, but it's not mandatory. I mean, we also accept people who do not have the English certificate, but that show a proper English knowledge that is assessed through the online interview. Are there specific questions or specific doubts that I can help you to clarify? Another information that I can give you is about the difference between the 2-year graduate program and the 1-year master's. Because I know that especially for young people, sometimes it's hard to understand the Italian educational system because it is quite different from other systems, educational systems. And then the difference is, first of all, the fact that, of course, one is a 1-year master and this is a 2-year master program. And then the difference is also in the number of credits that you can obtain, in the fact that, for example, with the 2-year graduate program, you can also access to PhD programs and to some public selections for working in the public sector, while it is not often possible through the 1-year master programs. And another difference is represented by the average age of people attending the 1-year master programs with respect to people attending the 2-year master program, because the 2-year master program is often, not always, but often attended by people who recently obtained their undergraduate, who recently undergraduate. While the average age in the 1-year master program is higher, and moreover, the 1-year master program are more focalized on a very specific topic, while the 2-year master program with its 2 years of classes encompasses a lot of different perspectives related to the world of food. I don't know if it was clear or helpful. Maybe you already knew these differences, but Eliona is asking. Let me take your question. So for applying, we don't need the language certificate. Yeah, you don't need it. I mean, it's not mandatory. If you have it, of course, send it to us. But I mean, it's not mandatory. It's mandatory that you have a good knowledge of the English language, because we evaluate during the interview if you are able to interact and communicate in English, but it's not mandatory to have a language certificate. Welcome. Are there other questions from the floor? Well, in any case, I remain available through the email. So in case you'll have additional doubts, you can write me an email, or you can write to Elena in case you have administrative issues. Unless there are questions, I will thank you for your attention. And of course, I hope to see you in Pollenzo, both as visitors and as potential students. So thank you for the attention and have a nice evening. I will remain here for some minutes, so that if you would like to have to chat with me, you can. So thank you for the attention again, and bye bye.